All right, so today we're diving into the wild world of NFTs. What on earth are they? How do they actually work? And maybe most importantly, what are the risks? We're going to explore all of this through the story of an artist named Crook.
So meet Crook. He's a street artist, and he's pouring his soul into his work. And this quote, man, it just perfectly captures his biggest frustration. In this digital world, his art is literally everywhere, but the credit and, the payment is just nowhere to be found.
Crook's problem is really the classic creator's dilemma, isn't it? When any digital file can be copied and pasted with a single click, how do you prove who owns the original? How does an artist actually make a living?
And then comes the breaking point. He sees someone just walking by with his painting as their phone background, and he's gotten nothing for it. Not one single shell. It's a total gut punch that I think any creator out there can understand.
So, feeling totally defeated, he goes to his friend Look, who offers this kind of weird piece of advice. NFT? Crook is completely confused. He's thinking, is that some kind of fish? But this one strange suggestion is about to change everything for him.
And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. What exactly did Look mean by that? What is this technology that's supposed to solve Crook's problem?
Crook's confusion is basically our question, right? For all the headlines and all the hype we've heard, I think a lot of us are still kind of wondering what actually is an NFT.
Okay, so at its simplest, an NFT is basically a digital certificate. That non-fungible part? It just means it's unique. It's one of a kind and it can't be replaced with something else. Kind of like the original Mona Lisa painting. And the token part just means it's a digital thing. So you put them together and you've got a unique certificate of ownership for a digital item. That's it.
Now, this is the key insight that Look gives to Crook. He says, yeah, people can still screenshot your image, they can still use it as a phone background, but only one person can have their name down as the official registered owner of the original.
So the way Crook finally gets his head around it is by thinking of it like a deed to a house. In the physical world, right, you've got a government office that holds the piece of paper that proves you own your house. Well, in the digital world, the blockchain acts as that public office. It's basically a giant, shared, super secure public notebook that can't be erased or messed with. And it's this unchangeable record that proves who owns what. So with this new understanding, Crook is excited. He's finally found a way to sell his digital art and prove that it's the real deal. And at first, wow, it works even better than he could have imagined.
And it works, almost right away. Crook starts making sales. He pairs his amazing art with a good story, and just like that, he brings in several thousand shells. For the first time ever, his digital art has real, tangible value.
His digital account is full and he's feeling invincible. He's not just an artist anymore. He feels like he's mastered this whole new tech frontier. He's a tech genius.
But this is where our cautionary tale takes a very sharp turn. Because whenever you have new technology and big money, you're also going to find hype, speculation, and a whole lot of risk.
All of a sudden, a new project called Space Frogs is just everywhere. The chatter online is absolutely deafening. Everyone on Twitter is screaming that this is the next big thing, that its value is going to the moon. And that fear of missing out, it's powerful stuff. So, swept up in all that excitement, Crook makes a fateful decision. He takes all those shells he just earned and pours every last one of them into buying as many of these space frogs as he possibly can. And then he just sits back and waits to get rich.
And this chart? Well, it shows you exactly what happened next. The value didn't go to the moon, it fell right off a cliff. I mean, just look at this. What was worth 100% when he bought it plummeted to just 5% the very next day. His entire investment was just wiped out, overnight.
The source describes it perfectly. The value of his digital frogs sank faster than the Titanic. That dream of being a tech genius was totally replaced by the cold, hard reality of a market crash. So what's the takeaway from Crook's dramatic rise and fall? Well, his experience taught him a painful but absolutely vital lesson about this new world. And here is that lesson. He realized that the same technology that gave his art value had also created this kind of speculative casino. Success wasn't just about picking good art or a good project. In these super hyped up markets, it was all about market timing, knowing when to get out. Which leaves us with the central question at the heart of the whole NFT debate, doesn't it? Is this a revolutionary tool for artists to reclaim ownership of their work, or is it more of a high-stakes digital gamble that's just fueled by hype? As Crook's story shows us, the answer is it can be both.